If you could just confirm if you do have a name on the screen that name is correct. If not, if you could give me your name and who you're representing here today. Whether you're the applicant, owner, neighboring property owner, or someone else connected to the project. So I will start with Seth Barnhart, if you could unmute for me. Seth, can you hear me? No?
Does that work?
Yeah,
Can
there
you
we
hear
go.
me now? Yes. I'm
Yeah.
with the owner developer of the building on site that's requesting the need for parking.
Okay, great, welcome. I see we have someone under Jay Dillon.
That's me. I'm Joe Dillon.
Okay, and how are you connected to the project, if at all?
I am the civil engineer, and we are helping them with the zoning, the campus as well.
Okay, welcome. I see we have Chris Pfaff.
Yep, Chris Pfaff, I'm with Medbase.
Okay. Welcome. Wes Munzel is joining us too from the planning department. Welcome, Wes.
Good afternoon.
And I have someone else here under S. Ewald.
Yeah, this is Steve Ewald. I'm with both MedPace and the ownership.
Okay, great. On the applicant owner side here, are we expecting anyone else to join us before we get started, or are we ready to begin?
I think we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I need to read through our hearing script. This is just going to cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we can start. So this is the February 26, 2025 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner. I'll be presiding over the hearing. Case before us today is case number ZH20250001. That's 5430 and 5438 Madison Road. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. Here we have several representatives of the applicant / owner. I'll allow you all to orient your presentation however you'd like. One of you can speak, all of you can speak. It's really up to you. Generally, folks will give some background on the project, what exactly it is that they're proposing, the zoning relief that is necessary to accomplish that, and then of course, why they believe that zoning relief is appropriate. Again, it's up to you exactly how you want to present and what you want to present. If there were anyone here from the public, they would have an opportunity to speak after you all had presented your case for the project. If there's not anyone that joins us from the public, then we will just go straight to the planning department. I'll give Mr. Munzel an opportunity to provide any testimony in addition to a staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those issues on the fly. But to the extent there's a defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, the last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So anyone that intends on providing any testimony here today, asking any questions, making any comments, really doing anything other than just strictly observing, the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So if that's you, I'm going to go ahead and collectively swear all of those people in right now. If you're not certain, I can always swear you in later. But if you know you'd like to provide something, you can go ahead and take yourself off mute. I need you to raise your right hand and to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris, you should probably participate.
Oops, right hand. Yep.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks, everyone. Who's going to be taking the lead here, you think, on the presentation?
Yeah, I'm Joe Dillon, and I'll start out. And obviously, it's a team, so it'll be a little bit of back and forth from us. But basically, as you're aware, MedPace is under construction throughout their campus, and one of the main reasons we're here is obviously is parking for them. It's a property that they control, so we are planning to do about 52 spaces on the other side of Madison Road. and it's temporary in nature. Is we're asking for like to do gravel parking in here because of the actual use is going to be, with just temporary in nature. And the we have worked with Wes well too as well on it. We worked out the making sure that the zoning meets. We did the landscaping. We got that incorporated in there. We got the setbacks from the adjacent properties already there. So we feel that it was good in that. CDOT did comment. I think the biggest thing we were worried about is entrance off of Madison Road, and they had no problem with that. They just asked us to do a concrete entrance and make sure it's like 25 feet back. So we did incorporate that into our plan. So just let you know that. So other than that, I know I'm opening up to Seth or Chris if they want to add anything else to it, but we feel it's a good temporary use of the property.
I'm not sure there's a lot. I don't know if you need any more background about the reason we need the parking. There's a big garage being built, which took a number of spaces, 300 plus. And so, I mean, that's the main reason that we need it. We're adding 1,100 parking spaces in an east parking lot. And because of that, it's 300. It actually, it almost extends up to 450. It kind of shrinks and swells a little bit as the construction goes. So that's the reason that this is needed. A new office building is being built on site, almost 600,000 feet, including some parking in it. Plus, and that took some parking away too, or it will. And then also this major garage expansion in the east parking.
Gotcha. Okay, so when you say on site, are you talking about the MedPace campus
On the
in
campus,
general
yes.
there?
Yes.
Okay.
On the all the both the parking and the building are all adjacent structures to existing MedPace buildings and all within our approximately 37-acre campus.
Got it. And is there any part of the MedPace campus that is on the north side of Madison where the parking lot is proposed? Or is it all on the south side?
It is all on the south
On
side.
down.
Okay, got it. And I understand that this proposal is just for temporarily using this property as a parking lot, a surface parking lot. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah. And so the time frame is based on the construction of a new parking garage?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
got it. And what is the proposed use of the property after that parking garage is finished and the need for the surface parking lot is no
It's
longer there?
unknown at this point. It was originally purchased because it was a residential, which had unacceptable behavior by the tenants. And then when there was an opportunity to buy it, it was purchased and actually, demolished and turned into a green field. And there's actually an adjacent property next door that somebody started construction on and hasn't completed. Who knows if maybe they come together someday. By construction, it was a foundation, but it's unknown. It's unknown. It's not in our PD either. We have a PD for the 37 acres, but over that, it's just left with its current zoning, and there's no plan in place as of now.
That's all the questions I have now. Anything else you want to tell me about the project?
Really, yeah, that's not much to tell. It is a temporary parking lot, and we will have the setbacks, as we said, and the landscaping. So it just won't be just a bunch of gravel over there. So in that respect, it'll be some minimal lighting as well. And we know we got to go through a permit process, so we will have to abide by all the rules for that. So just like the CDOT, but they're the ones we were most concerned about. So we got that they're okay already, but. So other than that, we don't have too much to say about that.
We could add to that we're actually parking off site for a number of employees and and doing shuttle vans. And if it continue, and employment is actually in process all the time, to bring new people to staff up at MedPace. And so having those parking places closer in and having to make people go in a van trip every morning and afternoon will be helpful, because we're accommodating the parking right now. We're actually renting spaces from Fifth Third and running shuttle buses. But if we could allow additional parking close in when you're trying to do hiring and you tell somebody they don't have to take a van, that's helpful.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. There's nothing else right now. I think I'll turn it over
And
to Wes.
just one thing
Sure.
that basically we know you're busy and you have like 2 weeks to give us a response, but anything you could do to expedite that would help as well. As soon as we could get it done, sooner we can obviously get people parked over there. So that's just an ask. So I just want to see if that's any issue for you.
Gotcha. Yeah, noted. Let's discuss that some more at the end.
Okay.
Wes, anything you want to add to the conversation here?
Hi, I just want to highlight the fact that the applicant submitted a revised site plan drawing that reflected the transportation department's requirement about the 25 feet of concrete extending into the property, so that I uploaded that revised drawing to the portal, but it's not in the staff report version, just so it's in the record, but letting you know that. And then our conclusion or recommendation was about conditional approval, with a couple of caveats that if the applicant would eventually decide to retain or keep the parking lot, that it would have to be surfaced in the conforming material, pavement or concrete and such. And or if the applicant, excuse me, does remove the parking lot, they have to put grass back onto the site. Thanks.
Okay. Wes, is a part of your recommendation, or the conditions of your recommendation of approval that they'll need to come back through this process to keep the parking lot past the end of 2026?
No, it's my understanding from Emily and I think Kevin also about that we can't grant a temporary conditional use. If they were to sell the property, then that conditional use would, I think gets extinguished if they sell the property to a new owner or something. I'm not, is that,
I
or maybe
think
the
that it
owner
typically
can't,
runs with the land.
the new owner can't do something else that's their different conditional use, has to stay that use or some other conforming use, I guess.
Got it. So an approval of the requested relief would allow this parking lot to, or would allow this property to remain a parking lot in perpetuity.
Yes, but they would have to pave it at the point they decide to go beyond and the 2026. I mean, it gets to a question of, do we remember that they had this requirement? Is there an inspector that notices it? I mean, it's kind of sometimes a little bit of an honor system, but yeah.
Got it. Okay. Anything else, Wes?
That's it.
Okay, thanks. All right, I'll turn it back over to the applicants on this. Anything you want to say in response to my questions or Wes's testimony?
I do not.
No, I don't think so. Unless you have unless you have a follow-up question related to that.
I don't believe that I do. Yeah, so anything in closing or otherwise then before we adjourn?
No, other than as Joe requested, speed's helpful, just again, to just get it done. So,
Sure. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I typically, just based on queues that I have, these take 2 weeks. I actually don't have that long of a queue right now. I understand that there's a desire to expedite this, so I will, without making any certain promises, do everything I can to get this to you as quickly as possible. I mean, once I do make a decision on this, I put it into writing and I put it in a PDF and I've emailed it to you. So you really will get the decision just moments after it's complete via email. And then once Wes has that, assuming that it is approved, Wes can, I think it's, just click a few boxes on his system to approve the zoning permitting. And then you all can take the next step. So You know, once the decision is complete, I think it's a rather quick process to get the actual permit, depending on any other factors that you've applied for outside of the zoning context. But within the zoning context, as soon as I finish the decision, you all will have it really in just a few moments. And like I said, I will do everything I can to get this to you as quickly as possible.
Great,
And
appreciate
we
it.
appreciate that.
Sure, no problem. Any other questions about the process or procedure or anything else?
Nope.
Wes, did you want to add something to my comments there?
Yeah, I just wanted to let them know that I did my review based on a preliminary drawing, like they did not apply for the permit yet. So they should apply for the permit because that can go parallel to your decision making or whatever. And get the other review of the other departments going at the same time as David's decision making timeframe.
Okay, and sometimes, Wes, sometimes we've had it where it kind of starts with zoning and they don't even look at it because they don't have approval. So maybe if they come to you, you can say, hey, it's in process. I mean, you know, we've had some things that just sat there. And am I correct with that, Joe? It didn't usually start there?
Yeah, I think Wes might be the one to be the zoning rep to sign off on it during the permit through Cages, I would think. So
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
If you guys need to apply to the building department for your permit, though, if it gets reviewed by all the different departments, and then if my boss remembers the address or whatever, she'll assign it to me, but I'll keep an eye out for it as well. So-
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay,
When I
thank-
when I send out the decision, the formal decision, via email, I will have Wes on CC'd on that as well, so that'll serve as another reminder.
Good.
And I think
Okay.
generally speaking, you know, you can get the process moving and you know, have it moving a little bit faster by applying now. It will get sort of flagged and held for the zoning piece of it, but once it's in the system, as soon as that zoning decision comes through, all Wes has to do is approve the zoning, and then it moves forward instead of waiting until you get the
Yeah,
zoning
okay,
to
good.
start the process.
All right,
So,
But in the meantime, all the other departments that review it, transportation, stormwater, whoever else has to look at it, they'll start their reviews like once you apply for the permit.
yeah, okay, great.
all right, great. Well, thanks everyone. Appreciate your time and testimony here today. I think we'll leave it at that. You'll be hearing from me within the next week or two. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. Or if you want a status update on the decision, feel free to reach out. And I'll let you know where I'm at.
All right, great,
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have a
David.
great day, everyone.